Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name's Thomas, and this is Tom's Toolbox. It's Zarbo audio projects, but don't worry, we're gonna get back to the more audio-related projects soon, but I just picked this up last week, and I just sort of wanted to talk about it and talk about why I wanted to pick it up for. And I'm gonna sort of compare this to the standard 5-drawer, 30-inch US General boxes that we all know and love and have bought for years and years and years. This one's kind of older. This is the newer version, but they're basically the same thing. But this has been sort of the standard, like, buy it, bring it home toolbox for the average woodworker or mechanic or whatever for a lot of years. And these are good. They're strong, they hold a lot of weight. They're able to really hold some heavy tools. You can fill it up with tools as heavy as you can fit in there, and it's got plenty of strength to hold it. But there are a few things that I don't like about these that I do like about these. I do like about this one, I should say. There's two things mainly. One is this top. It's nice that it lifts up and you can store stuff in it, but you really can't put anything on top of it. Now, I do put stuff on top of it, but then when I need to get to my tools, I got to take it and move it someplace else, and then I'm playing a moving game, when really it would be better if this stuff that was in here was just in a slide out drawer. Not only can you not put stuff on the top, you can't put anything on the walls, like as far as shelves or anything, up till this high, because then you've got to be able to open the top to get into the stuff. Like I said, I don't want to nitpick, but the other thing that I don't like about this is this open bottom area. That really isn't a convenient place for me to stick stuff. I end up sticking stuff that I don't quite want to throw away, but I don't know what to do with, so I kind of stick it in there. If there were another, even if it was just one more big drawer that came out, it would be better, because then at least everything wouldn't be getting dusty and it wouldn't look so bad too. So those are the two things that I don't like about this one. And this one here sort of fixes both of them. That's the 30-inch US General toolbox. This is the 46-inch Yucon. Here are some of the differences and some of the similarities. For one, these toolboxes, they come in 9 colors. Why they gotta come in 9 colors, I don't know. If they just sold it in red, I'd be happy, but I like blue too, so I got some in blue. But this one here, this Yucon, only comes in 4 colors, okay? The biggest difference between these two is this top. Besides having a wooden top, this doesn't need to lift up. This drawer here is accessible no matter what is on this top or what isn't on this top. So that's a big benefit for this, whereas this thing has to lift up if you want to access what's in essentially what would be the top drawer like it is here. That's a big thing. The other thing is this has drawers at the bottom where that just has an open space. So now I know these are bigger drawers, and this, you could say this space is about the same as this, but still it's a drawer. And there are some things you can put in there. You could put bigger hand tools. I could see myself stacking up like sheets of sandpaper or perhaps owner's manual, stuff like that. And there's some bigger tools that I have that are small tools that I just sort of want handy. I don't want all the way over there in my big tool storage. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And the drawers, they're small enough to where you can fit a lot of stuff in it. I've said it before, but I like this one. Storehouse. Harbor Freight Tools doesn't sell this Storehouse toolbox anymore. It has a lot of small drawers, and that's what, as a woodworker, I kind of like that better than having a bunch of real big ones. But this one is all drawers. And what isn't a drawer on the top here is a work surface you can put stuff on, store stuff on. You could actually do something on it, or you could put other stuff on it. You could put another toolbox on this. I think this has a high enough weight rating where you could get away with something, not something huge, but another something, say a half-size toolbox or something like that if you wanted to. Maybe I'll put my rechargeable battery stuff on here and do it that way. I don't even know. I haven't populated this yet, but I wanted to talk about it before I populated it, because that's the other thing about toolboxes. You get stuff in them, and then you sort of put more stuff in it, and before you know it, a toolbox that had plenty of space is kind of full and jammed up. And I don't like that. I prefer to have my toolboxes have at least a little working room where I don't have to like find a spot to jam it in there. I guess I'm spoiled that way, but. So let me talk a little bit more about some of the differences and similarities between these two boxes. This one fixes the two main gripes with that, is not being able to access the top. You can't put anything on it or anything in back of it. This fixes that. You can put stuff on it because it has drawers. Or you can put shelves in back of it if you want to, if you have it against a wall. You can put a box on it. You can build a shelving system, whatever. You've got options with this that you don't have with this. And the bottom, that's open, it collects dust. The bottom of this has drawers in it. But a few more comparisons. This one has 700 pounds of tool storage capacity. This one has 1,200 pounds. These are a little different. This is 22 inches deep, so they hold a little bit more in their drawers. This is only 18¼ inches deep. So there's a little less depth, but there are quite a few more drawers, so I think that more than makes up for it. This one here, somewhere in the neighborhood of $220 or $230 with a coupon. It's $279 regularly. This one here is $349, $350. I just bought this a few weeks ago. It was $300, $299 with a coupon. So now I know these are not the same quality level. I did a little reading because I didn't really know like what was the tiers. So you've got good, I guess as far as toolboxes the Harbor Freight sells, good would be the Yucon, better would be the US General, and best would be the Icon. Icon's like, I think like Snap-on level stuff. I played with a little bit in the store, it's pretty nice, but it's not what I need. That's too much quality for what I'm gonna use it for. I think this is fine. I don't know about this. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but it seems strong enough. And these drawers, each drawer supposedly has a weight capacity of 100 pounds, and the two bottom ones have double slides, so each bottom one can hold 200 pounds. I could stick my wife in there if I could fit her, and weight-wise, it would hold her. She'd be a little uncomfortable, but I mean, I'm just saying weight-wise. So as far as like the width, this one's the 46-inch wide, that one's 30-inch wide. As far as ratings are concerned, this one here, this Yucon, it has 4.8 stars out of 5 stars on Harbor Freight's website. This one has 4.7 stars out of 5, so basically equal. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not an auto mechanic. Guys that have a lot of heavy tools, they might think differently about both of these boxes. Maybe they think this one won't hold up, maybe that one will. If I was in a garage, I'm in my basement. If I was in a garage and I was using tools to work on a car and maybe I needed to move it, I think that would be better. This one here, when you move this top drawer here, this can randomly kind of open and close, at least on mine. It's supposed to sort of push in and lock, but the top drawer on this doesn't. The bottom ones do a little bit better, but not perfectly. And from what I've read, ratings review-wise, this is sort of hit or miss. These have locks. These don't open unless you press the lock. So that's better for moving around. But I'm not a mechanic. I'm not using this for wrenching as much as I am for woodworking tools and stuff like that. So I think this is probably going to be very useful for me. But I'd like to know what you think. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about it. Maybe you have experience with both of them. I'm just excited about this. I'm looking forward to putting some stuff in it. I might move some of what's in here into this, maybe recategorize things, space things out a little bit. I was thinking about maybe having this whole top drawer be nothing but screws. Number 8 screws, number 6 screws, flathead screws, countersunk screws, drywall screws. That would be fantastic. And just as a note, this toolbox does come with liners for every drawer, which is nice. They don't have to do that. I'm glad they do. But anyway, this is the 46-inch Yucon toolbox from Harbor Freight Tools. Sort of quick comparison and contrast with the 30-inch US General toolbox, also from Harbor Freight Tools. Let me know what you think. If I'm looking at it a little bit wrong, let me know. But I just wanted to sort of show this to you before it gets loaded up and piled over with all kinds of stuff. So that's it for this one. Thanks a lot for watching. I cannot believe I just did that. Note to self, do not do that ever again. know some of you guys were saying, no, don't do it. To be honest with you, I was never thinking that there was enough weight in those drawers. They don't feel very heavy to actually knock this thing over, but I guess in hindsight, that was kind of stupid. I just wanted to sort of show you all the drawers open. That was a little scary, but yeah. Okay, I feel a little better about this thing lasting because even though this thing just did a face plant, there's no scratches on it. Everything seems to work okay. Okay, well, note to self, do not open all the drawers on a tool cabinet and expect it to not fall over. Seems to be okay. So, well, I didn't intend to do that, but apparently this toolbox can fall flat on its face on a concrete floor and survive without any real issues. Okay, well, I guess I better stop now. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.